Hi, my name is Reika. Welcome to my channel. In this tutorial series, we are building this super cute mushroom house together. And in this episode, we are going to make the platform with the blades of grass and some rocks. This is a fairly easy follow along tutorial, but as I said before, if you are completely new to Blender, I also have a beginner course called For Fun Project in Blender 5 for absolute beginners. It is currently $9.99 with a 60% discount for this month. So if you want to learn the basics first, you can check that out. Link is in the description. I also have other tutorials on this channel. Check them out. And don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss the upcoming episode where we continue building this awesome mushroom house. So let's jump right into it. So this is where we left off last time. We have the house pretty much ready. We just need a chimney. We'll see if we have time today to do that. We have the fence and we have two little mushrooms as well. So I'm going to go into solid view, press one on my numpad to go to front view, and I'm going to select all of my items and press G and X to move them out of the way. I think my 3D cursor is right in the center, but I just press Shift S cursor toward origin. It was almost there, but it snapped it in the middle for me now. So for my platform, I'm going to add a circle. So press Shift A to add, mesh, and add the circle. From this menu, I change the vertices to 50. I want it to be a little bit more detailed and get rid of this menu. And I think it needs to be just a little bit bigger. So press S to scale it up to around this size. Control A to apply the scale, and then we can tab into edit mode. And then I'm going to press 1 to go to vertex mode. You can also change it here, and then press E to extrude on the Z and bring these vertices up to somewhere around here. I'll do a loop cut in the middle, so press Ctrl R, click once to confirm the number of loop cuts, and then bring it up just a little bit to somewhere around here, and then click again to confirm the position of the loop cut. Then Alt click on one of these top vertices, so it will select the whole loop for you. Go to the face menu and click on grid fill. Now what we want to do is to randomize these vertices just a little bit. So go to the mesh menu, transform, randomize. Now it's a little bit too random, so what I'll do is go to the vertex menu and go to smooth vertices. So that's perfect. So that's the platform pretty much done. I quite like it like this, but you can also just go shade smooth and that will smooth it out for you. But I think I'm going to leave it like this. I like that look. Everything is quite smooth in my scene, so I'm going to leave the platform like that. Now let's go to the shading workspace. Zoom out, add the new material, call it platform brown, go to the base color, edit a browny color. This is the color code I used, and it would be useful to be in rendered view. So this is my ground color, and I pull up the roughness all the way to 1. Now, obviously, I want a different color for the top. So let's go to the slot, add the new slot, edit a new material, call it grass. Actually, let's call it platform grass. And for platform grass, let's go to the base color and edit a green color. This is my color code if you want to use it, and pull up the roughness all the way to 1. So with the platform selected, go to edit mode. Free to go to the face menu, and what we'll need to do is select that part where we did the loop cut. So Control plus, so that's the plus sign on your numpad to add to your selection. And once it's all selected, go to the slot, make sure platform grass is selected and just assign it. And then you can tab back into object mode. So that's great. Now we can go back to the layout workspace and start placing our objects on the platform. Now I'm realizing that maybe this platform is just a little bit too big. So S to scale to make it smaller somewhere around here. So first of all, I'd like to place my mushroom house on it. So I'm going to select all of it, press M to move to a new collection and call it mushroom house and create. So it's going to be easier to select it when I need to select it all. And then I'll box select the fence, M to move to new collection, call the collection fence and create. So that's great. Now let's box select the mushroom house. 7 on your numpad to go to top view, press G and move it somewhere around here. 1 on your numpad to go back to front view, G and Z to pull it up. And now we can zoom in. just to check. And I think I'm going to scale my mushroom on the Z-axis so it digs in a little bit more. So S to scale on the Z like so, and then G and Z to bring it up a little bit. And I think I'm going to select my mushroom, tab into edit mode, go to edge mode, and I'm going to turn on my X-ray. Alt click on this bottom edge. I'm trying to just get it. And then you can press Control and go around it. Control will select the shortest path, but make sure that you don't select random ones, which I just did here. Control Z and then try to get the right ones. Okay, great. I'll come out of X-ray mode and now I just press G and Z just to make sure that my mushroom digs into the ground like so. Okay, great. Go to the collections, right click on the mushroom house and click on select object. Back to top view with 7 on my numpad and just press R to rotate it so it sort of goes like this, so it's not straight. And then G and Z because we want the steps to show. Maybe this one just G and Z a little bit further up. So that looks pretty good. Back to front view with 1 on my numpad. I'm going to grab these mushrooms, press G and move it somewhere around here and then zoom in a little bit. Select just one of the mushrooms, press 7 on my numpad and press G to move it here. I might just need to turn on X-ray just to look. And press rotate maybe from here like so, and I press S to scale it down as well. Back to front view and press G and move it down somewhere around here. So I quite like that. Back to front view and I rotate this mushroom this way and press G and move it somewhere around here, and maybe S to scale on the Z, make it a little bit bigger. And just check it from top view. I rotate it from there as well. Press G to move it here. So that looks great. Maybe just scale it a little bit more on the Z. S to scale Z and just make it a bit bigger like so. And then I shift select my mushroom, make sure that all of it's selected. It selected the ground, but I can just shift select it and that will deselect it for me. And then press G and Z and just make sure that it digs into the ground like so. And I think this top one, it needs to come down. So G and Z, just a little bit. And that's perfect. I can actually turn on camera view, lock my camera, and just sort of start to position it like this. So I know how my final image will look like. So that's great. Now, come out of camera view, back to front view, and I'm going to grab my fence. 7 on my numpad to go to top view, press G and move it somewhere around here, and then just R to rotate it. And then go to front view and G and Z and lift it up to somewhere here. And let's just check in camera view, maybe G and Z a little bit more, and that looks pretty good. I haven't decided yet what I'm going to do, but that looks pretty good. Right, out of camera view. And now what I want to do is just to make some rocks. For that, I'll move my 3D cursor here. So shift right click, shift A to add mesh, and I'll add an icosphere. And here, the subdivisions, I change it to 1. I also scale it down, so S to scale. Control A to apply the scale and tab into edit mode. Want to go to vertex mode, and what I'll do is I'll select this vertex and press G and Z and just flatten it like so. And maybe this one as well, just G and Z to make it a little bit flatter. So that's great. Back to front view. So this is going to be my rock, super simple. Let's just save the file. So Control S to save it. I'll scale it down just a little bit more. Go to top view and press G, move it here, for example. Back to front view, G and Z, and move it here. And that looks great. S to scale just a little bit. G and Z, make it a bit bigger. And then all I'm going to do is just to duplicate this rock a couple of times. So Shift D to duplicate, move it here, S to scale, maybe just rotate it as well. G and Z, make sure it digs in, maybe just move it here. Shift D, put one here, for example, maybe S to scale it up just a little bit. Let's duplicate this one, Shift D, move on here. Maybe that looks good. Shift D and I'll move on here next to the stairs as well. G and Y and just move it closer and maybe S to scale it down. So that looks good. and then Shift D to duplicate and put one here as well. So that looks pretty good. Maybe this one, I'll bring it a little bit further to the front. So G, move it here, and then Shift D to duplicate it, and S to scale it down. So I think that looks pretty good. I like it. You can do more if you want to. It's absolutely up to you. And then let's go to the shading workspace. Let's zoom in. Select one of the rocks. Edit a new material. Call it rock. Go to the base color. This is the color code I use. So it's slightly darker than my stairs. And then just pull up the roughness, but not all the way. Let's say 0.7. That should be okay. And then just shift select all of the rocks and make sure the last one you colored, you select last. Control L and you link materials. So that looks good. I might just make it just a little bit lighter maybe, so it doesn't look like my stones around the door. So that's great. Now back to the layout workspace. One on your numpad to go to front view. I leave my 3D cursor right here. Press Shift A to add, mesh, and I'll add the plane. RX 90 to rotate it on the x-axis, and then S to scale it down to around this size. G and Z to move it up somewhere here, and right click, set origin to 3D cursor, so that will snap my origin to the bottom, and then S to scale on the Z, make it nice and big like so. I think it might be a little bit too big, so S to scale, and then Control A, apply rotation and scale. Now let's tab into edit mode. Control R, and let's do quite a lot of loop cuts, 7. So Control R, and then you scroll upwards with the wheel of your mouse to create more loop cuts. 1 click to confirm the number and 2 clicks to confirm their position. Now let's turn on proportional editing and select these two vertices and press S to scale and scale them down like so. And with the wheel of your mouse, you can change the size of the influence of proportional editing. So you want a shape like this. And then let's do a loop cut right here in the middle. Control R and do a loop cut. And then 3 on your numpad to go to side view. Select the top vertices. Make sure all 3 selected. Probably better if we go into X-ray mode. And then just press G and start to move it on the Y-axis. So I think that is a good shape. I might just turn up proportional editing and press G and Y, and then select these as well, and G and Y. So something like this, that's perfect. And then we want to select these 2 vertices. Go to side view, turn proportional editing back on and press G and Y and just pull it backwards. And that looks pretty good. Maybe this one as well and this one. So G and Y. So you want to have sort of like a grass shape. Once you're happy with it, tap back into object mode. 1 to go back to front view, and then go to your modifiers, add the modifier, generate, and we want to add a solidify modifier and just change the thickness a little bit to about 0.02. Go to top view, let's turn off X-ray, and then just press G and move it somewhere here, and R to rotate it. Front view, and then G and move it up, and then R to rotate it. Now I'm going to go to camera view, and it's a little bit too tall, so I press S to scale on the Z and bring it down somewhere here. So that's perfect. Back to top view, Shift D to duplicate. Let's move one here, R to rotate it, S to scale on the Z, make it a little bit smaller. Maybe S to scale, Shift Z as well. Let's have a look, and just R to rotate it. Shift D to duplicate, let's put one here as well. Back to top view, R to rotate it. S to scale on the Z, and maybe rotate it from here. So you just duplicate it and rescale it and put it basically behind your scene. So I'm going to speed this footage up. Make sure that you look at your camera view every now and then just to see how it looks like. And maybe just one more, a small one somewhere here. That looks pretty good. Now let's have a look. Go to the shading workspace, select one of the blades, call it grass blade, go to the base color and edit a green color. I think I might just make this a little bit darker, like so, and pull up the roughness just a little bit. And then I'll select all of my grass blades and make sure the colored one is selected. Control L, link materials. So that's great. So this is my scene pretty much done. The last thing we are going to add is a little chimney with some smoke. And then after that, we are going to set up the lights ready for rendering. So make sure that you hit like and subscribe so you don't miss the upcoming episodes, and I will see you in the next one.